I want to do a quick comparison between Personify and OneMain Financial. Of course, we are speaking about personal loans. I'm not speaking about large loan amounts. This is not SoFi. This is not the Wells Fargo loan territory. Personify and OneMain Financial, they're giving you somewhere from 500 all the way to $25,000. If you're lucky, you can get 20 grand, okay? But yeah, they're not going above that limits, okay? So Personify or OneMain Financial is pretty close to Citi in terms of personal loan amount than Wells Fargo or Lightstream or SoFi. I mean, Lightstream, SoFi, they go six digits. They go 100,000, okay? So let me give you a glance into those two lenders, okay? If you think about Personify versus OneMain Financial, you want to go to Personify for small borrowing amounts. So if you're looking for 5,000, you're looking for 7,000, you're looking for 10,000, I want you to go to Personify. But if you're interested in having lower rates, like you're looking for a very low APR, you want to go to OneMain Financial. Now, OneMain Financial has been they've been quote unquote handing out low APR for the last 15 years, and that's really good because they have the possibility to do so because OneMain Financial has other financial products that they sell to the public. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And now there is an origination fee of 5% with Personify, but with OneMain Financial is actually it can go all the way to 10%. So OneMain Financial, even though they're giving you a lower APR, they're actually charging you a lot in terms of origination fee. Okay, but the repayment window with OneMain Financial is also longer. You're looking at 24 to 60 months, so that's like 2 years to 5 years. Whereas the repayment window with Personify is actually 1 to 4 years. So you can see, but in terms of APR with both, you are looking at 36% all the way to 100%. I mean, those are not your regular lender, so just expect to pay a little more in terms of APR, especially because Personify and OneMain Financial, they both are targeting the prime or subprime category of borrowers. So let me talk to you in more granularity about Personify personal loans. So if you are trying to compare and contrast the Personify to OneMain Financial loans, you have to really have a clear idea about what Personify actually proposes in terms of loans. So if you think about Personify, I want you to think about one of a few lenders in the industry today that offers a minimum amount of $500. Not a lot of lenders want to really offer that low of a loan amount because they're losing money. They're losing money. If you are going to go to a borrower and only as a lender, if you are going to lend only $500, you're losing money because for every loan that you originate, you have a lot of costs, right? You have staff costs, you have logistics, you have all that kind of, you have paperwork, whatever. Okay, so you want to really be able to lend. You want to lend a larger amount so that you can really recoup a little bit in terms of APR because the APR you're charging on the $500 versus the APR you're charging on $50,000, that's not the same thing. You don't have the same revenue in terms of interest. Okay, so one thing I want to say here is that Personify, because it really gives you such a low amount, initial low amount, 500 all the way to $15,000. You are able to use Personify as a good lender for, let's say, an unexpected expense, such as a car repair or emergency root canal, okay, that you want to pay off quickly. So that's kind of cool because you are able to get approved real fast and repay the loan real fast too. However, you want to try to pay the balance as quickly as possible to avoid paying an APR of up to nearly 100% to 180%. Okay, so they're giving you the cash real fast, but the APR can go really high too. So what are the pros and cons with when it comes to Personify? While Personify, you have low minimum amount, $500. You have shorter terms that most lenders. Okay, so Personify is willing to work with you for 6 months in terms of repayment window or 1 year. A lot of lenders want you to really have like 5 years or whatever. Okay, And you do have a pre-qualification process available, so you can have a soft pull, so you don't have to risk your FICO score right off the bat. On the flip side, when it comes to Personify, you actually risk having a triple-digit maximum APR. This lender is only available in 25 states, okay, and they do not have a clearly stated eligibility criteria. I mean, we were able to dig a little deeper, but it will be better if they had put things on their website. So that's for Personify, right? Now let's talk about OneMain Financial. So if you close your eyes and think about OneMain Financial personal loans, I want you to really think about the fact that OneMain Financial is a lender that has been for the last 15 years. They have stood out for their same day funding, okay, funding process, giving you potential access to funds the same day you apply. As a matter of fact, we tested it, and there were instances where OneMain Financial gave out the cash within 8 hours. 8 hours, okay. So you apply, and after 8 hours, you get your cash. That's really you can't get faster than that, okay. Now, OneMain Financial may also be a good option if you want to avoid triple digit rates and you need to borrow up to 20 grand. Like I said, if you are lucky, you can get all the way to 25,000. Okay, with Personify, the maximum is 15,000. With OneMain Financial, the maximum goes between 20 grand and 25 grand. The major downside is that many of OneMain Financial loans are secured, and you will pay an origination fee up to 10%. 10%. I mean, it is totally possible to have an unsecured loan through OneMain Financial. That's something that you have to really think about. But the thing is, you got to really ask yourself though, why do you need a loan in the first place? Okay, because it's just maybe better to go to a regular lender as opposed to going to a quote unquote online lender. So, what are the pros and cons when it comes to OneMain Financial? On the plus side, you have an APR cap of 35.99%, which you don't have with Personify. You have longer repayment terms. That's good, and you have same day funding available. On the flip side, you have higher minimum loan amounts, so they don't have the 500 that Personify has. Okay, and you have limited state availability. So kind of same thing that Personify has. In other words, OneMain Financial is not present in all 50 states, and you do have also an origination fee up to 10%. I mean, that's the maximum. I mean, the maximum with Personify was 5%. With OneMain Financial is 10%. So it is what it is, okay? So let me give you the selection here. So how do you choose between Personify and OneMain Financial this year? I mean, if you are thinking about those two lenders, you got to really ask yourself once again, what is my goal? What am I trying to really achieve here? Or what are my needs, right? What do I need the cash for in the first place? The thing is, both lenders offer competitive options for you if you are a borrower with no or limited credit. So that's why they are charging such a high APR, okay? Because they are targeting a prime or subprime category of borrowers. So choosing one over the other depends on how much you need to borrow and how urgently you need the money. It's actually best to be pre-qualified with each lender and then calculate the cost of your loan based on the offers. Okay. The cool thing is each of these lenders actually has a soft pull process, so you do not want to go through the process blindly. No, take your time. Take a deep breath and really go through the soft pull process and see how much you might qualify for, and then based on that, you can make your decision. Let me first talk about the APR range. So, OneMain Financial's minimum APR is slightly higher than other lenders, but that's not surprising because it caters to the needs of borrowers with bad credit or no credit, right? So, Personify's minimum APR is a tad higher than OneMain's Financial, but balloons well into triple digits for its maximum rate. So, if you are able to, check your rates with both to see which has a better offer for you. What about the minimum credit score? Well, neither lender discloses its minimum credit score requirements, but based on our research, they'll take 300, not a problem. Okay, so given the high maximum rates at Personify, the lender may be willing to work with applicants who have low credit score. That can, if the FICO goes all the way to 300, not a problem. You may also not be eligible for higher loan amounts or longer repayment windows if your score is very low. That's for sure anyway. What about the repayment terms? So if you compare and contrast in those two players, Personify and OneMain Financial, basically Personify is a clear choice if you want to pay your loan quickly, although there are no prepayment penalties. So you can repay your loan as quickly as you are able to. Just make sure you can afford the payment, especially considering that Personify rates could spike to over 100%. OneMain Financial is better if you want to spread your payments out to 60 months, which may help you have a more affordable monthly payment. What about the loan amount? So if you are thinking about Personify versus OneMain Financial, the loan amounts the loan amounts, but also the fees. Let's talk about those two, because I'm still going through with you the selection process. Okay, so you have a clear idea which lender really is in your corner. Is really going to help you based on your goals. So in terms of loan amounts, if you need a small loan, Personify offers loans as low as 500. I've said this before. So Personify is your friend if you are looking for a very small loan amount. So 500 all the way to $15,000. Okay. Now, OneMain Financial loans, with the OneMain Financial, the minimum loan amount is 1,500. Now, there are cases where they will increase they will increase the minimum loan amount to 2,500. Sometimes they will decrease it to 1,000, depending on the states where you are at. So OneMain Financial has this sort of a state strategy. So based on your state, you have to really you will qualify for a slightly different minimum loan amount. Okay. So, for instance, what we have seen in our research is that if you are in quote unquote big states like New York or California, your minimum loan amounts actually will be higher than if you were in let's say smaller states than a smaller state like Delaware, for instance. Okay, so your states will really play a big role as to how much you're getting from OneMain Financial. Now, if you seek a larger loan, OneMain Financial will lend up to 20 grand or 25 grand if you qualify, compared to Personify's maximum of just 15,000. What about the fees? Well, Personify's origination fee is actually only 5%, half of the 10% maximum you could pay for a personal loan from OneMain Financial. And so you may also be charged a late fee or non-sufficient funds fee if you are late or miss a payment with either lender. So just be aware of that. So if you think about those two, you have to really understand that in terms of key takeaways, and here's the bottom line, you have to understand that Personify and OneMain Financial, they are both lenders to the subprime territory. They're both lenders to the subprime sort of space, right? So they charge a lot of cash. They charge a lot of cash in terms of APR. They do charge high rates and fees. You don't have a lot of lenders that actually charge you origination fees that really go all the way to 10% or even APR in the triple digits. Okay, I mean, somebody might say, well, is it even legal to charge that high of an APR? Yes. Oh yes. It's definitely legal, and so that's important. And OneMain Financial has more competitive rates and faster funding times. So if you are having emergency expenses, you got to take care of business real fast, and you want the cash like yesterday, for instance, you do not want to go to Personify. Personify, they will drag their feet. They will OneMain Financial, they have a system in place where they accelerate the whole process for you, so you get your cash real fast too. And also remember that Personify has a lower loan amount. Okay, so if you're looking for small loans, like relatively small loans, go to Personify. And not only the the loan amount, but also the process that goes after it. In other words, they will assign a team member to you, and that team member will ask all questions and will follow up with the company if you have questions too. So that's really good. And one thing I want to say here is that Personify and OneMain Financial actually offer also other types of products, financial products. So not just personal loans. They also have, depending on the states where you are at, because again they adapt this policy to the state, to state regulation. So they will offer a personal line of credit. Okay, but again, this is a product that they do not actually apply across the board. They will apply it on a case by case basis based on the policies that are available. I mean, not available, are actually in force. Okay, in your state. So this is something to really think about. So the bottom line is, if you think about Personify versus OneMain Financial Loans, which one should you go for? Which one is better? Which one is cheaper? Which one is faster? It really depends on what you want. It depends on what you want. It depends on what you are looking for. It depends on the loan amount that you really are going to you apply for. Personify is actually great for you if you need to borrow less than $1,500 and prefer a short repayment term. So if you are closing your eyes and you say, you know what, I don't need that much. I just need a small loan amount to take care of this project or whatever. Then go to Personify, and lower fees help offset the potentially higher rates that Personify has, making this lender the go-to institution for emergencies that require a quick cash solutions. Quick cash solution. One caveat though: if you only qualify for the highest rates, make every effort to pay the balance early so you don't get stuck paying sky high interest charges on the life of the loan. And this is something you need to really think about beforehand. Next, you have OneMain Financial. So OneMain beats Personify when it comes to funding speed, and also the lender does a great job in terms of letting you spread the balance over a longer time period than Personify. And you can also borrow more funds and add a co-borrower's income to help you qualify. So that's kind of cool because then you are increasing your chances of qualification. You will also pay a much lower maximum APR, even if you have bad credit, which combined with OneMain financial product, okay, could actually result in a much lower monthly payment. So this is important to think about. So long story short, if you have to really make a decision, remember to also compare more lenders before applying. I mean, these two are pretty good. These two lenders are pretty fantastic. But if you're not really satisfied, you're still looking for something like that thing that they don't have, then you really want to start applying online or even offline right now. So as a recap in today's conversation, I spoke to you about Personify versus OneMain Financial. I gave you the glance into the two lenders. I spoke about the selection, the bottom line, and now the closing. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.